it's not an easy feat. He's athletic, he's strong, he's big. I'm just so impressed with this atmosphere right now.
Yes, it's awesome.
These guys are ready to go. Looks like a packed house, and we're starting off with Shumate and Salazar, and they've dimmed the lights, increasing the drama somewhat. And so as we wait for Seth Shumate, it's just I'm repeating myself, but what an atmosphere.
Got the pyrotechnics going here at Covelli Center with Seth Shumate making his way out. Minnesota, by the way, will wrestle in black singlets. Ohio State in their trademark gray. Scarlet and gray Ohio State Buckeyes. Isaiah Salazar comes in 14-3 this season. An All-American wrestling at 184 pounds last year. On the other side, you've got Shumate at 9-6, a redshirt sophomore from Galion, Ohio.
Yeah, Seth's going to have his hands full, there's no doubt. I know that he had a good week of practice this week. He's in a tough spot going up against a kid like Isaiah, but he wouldn't be out there if he didn't think he could beat him. So we're going to watch. Looks like they're in a little chest-to-chest situation here. And he got one. Wow, Shumate goes for the lateral drop. Looked like he initially went for an inside trip and went for that lateral drop, and Salazar was able to recover.
You could hear it here at Covelli Center. People were ready to explode.
Right. It's almost as if one wonders if Seth could even believe that he had just hit that on him, because his recovery in covering Salazar wasn't as quick as it needed to be. Salazar was able to recover, and they're back up in the neutral position.
Isaiah Salazar from Greeley, Colorado, one of two guys we'll see wrestle from Greeley, Colorado on Minnesota today. The other is Vance Vombauer, who we talked about off the top. That's one we're really anticipating at 141, he and Jesse Mendez.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountain State has produced some good ones in the last few years, and we've got two of them here tonight. Looks like they're both kind of got the front headlock somewhat, and Salazar's got the elbow. See if he tries some type of drag to get out of that. Stalemate's called, and for those who might not be informed, a stalemate is when the referee sees that neither wrestler has been able to improve his position. Instead of just wasting time off the clock, he just gives them a fresh start, and we shall see if either of them are able to execute, whether through a leg attack or some type of feeling each other out. This is kind of called hand fighting. It's not too aggressive hand fighting right now, but generally speaking right here, where both wrestlers are trying to create an angle, trying to create an opening in which they feel it's safe to take a shot. Nice swing single but a reshot, real nice reshot by Salazar. A little bit of a scramble here. And Shumate's able to catch him on his back. And I believe he got at least a 2 count there. He did. The referee just signified 3 points. I guess it was just a takedown. I thought for a second he had awarded some back points there. He did not. He didn't have, at least for now, they're saying he did not have Salazar's back exposed long enough to earn some back points. Salazar gets the 1-point escape. So now I see Coach Jaggers right now looks like he's trying to make a case for his wrestler, and I'm betting it's, hey, why not any back points?
Well, you can see an argument on the other side from Brandon Eggum. He's the guy in charge for Minnesota. Having a spirited conversation over there. Jay Jaggers in there as well. Take another look at what happened right here.
Yeah, so you see, I mean, it's kind of an awkward, there was a shot and a reshot. Shot by Shumate, reshot by Salazar, and Shumate was able to catch him on his head for just a bit. And it's questionable. Now, as I see the replay, we have the luxury of replay, right? They don't have it down there. I can see where Eggum might be questioning, did he fully have control there to be awarded a takedown?
Salazar nearly got himself into a lot of trouble right there.
You know what I like? Seth is going after it, right? Salazar on paper, and we say over and over, we know that these matches aren't settled on paper. They're settled out. That's why they wrestle the matches. But a lot of times you can go in against a guy you know is an All-American the year before. He's ranked quite a few spots above you in the national rankings. Sometimes you can be a little timid, and that's not been the case so far with Shumate.
Man, this first period of the opening match here may be a precursor of things to come. We know it's going to be really tight between these two teams.
Neither are holding anything back, and you really got to hand it to Shumate, because again, sometimes when you're wrestling a guy the caliber of a Salazar, returning All-American, some wrestlers will freeze up a little bit, and that's simply not been the case. He's bringing the kitchen sink, and that's what we're here for.
So they took a look right there. That takedown taken off the scoreboard for Seth Shumate.
And obviously negating, because it wasn't needed, the escape point for Salazar. So we're still locked up at 0-0, still each wrestler trying to penetrate the defense. But I give a lot of credit, and you know, I give a lot of credit to Seth Shumate there. That was a great first period. He wrestled it, and he went after it, which is all you can ask for when you're wrestling someone of the caliber of Isaiah Salazar.
Salazar coming off a big win in his last time. Major decision, 16-6 against Rutgers.
Yeah, he's had a few bonus point victories this year, and I'm sure that perhaps Minnesota was hoping for something like that. Obviously, we still got a lot of match left. Shumate starts down. He's working for an escape. It looks like he has broken control. So Shumate scores first by coming out from the bottom. 1-0 Shumate. And now both wrestlers are back trying to figure out a chink in the armor of their, neither of them obviously got a takedown in the first period. Both will be trying here. Shumate with the underhook, a little bit of hand fighting on the bottom. Salazar, left leg lead. Man, I'm really impressed with how Shumate's wrestling this. And Salazar again comes in on an attack, a leg attack attempt, and Shumate's hearing nothing of it. Wasn't able to capitalize and turn it into points for him, but just to throw him by there's a little message in a throw by like that.
Well, if you're Tom Ryan in Ohio State, this is all you can ask for, right? Salazar is the favorite on paper, but Shumate holding his own right now.
Yep, and it looks like Shumate had his hands gripped for a second in an under-over. Obviously, that lock has been broken as they go back to the traditional neutral. The collar tie. It looks like Salazar keeps on wanting to attack that left leg of Shumate's, and we've seen that Shumate's been able to defend that quite well thus far. Neither have given a whole lot of ground. The match has pretty much taken place in the center of the mat, which is what the refs like to see. Once again, some shots and reshots, but neither wrestlers has really been able to penetrate the defense of the other yet, and we go to the third period with the only point being scored thus far is Shumate's getting out from under the bottom.
A chess match so far. We'll see what's in store in this third period as Seth Shumate is up a point.
Obviously, Isaiah's going to try to get out, tie this match up, and then looks like he does that, so it's 1-1, and it'll be interesting to see who can get this decisive takedown. Not saying the next takedown will be decisive, though. You know, if it happens relatively soon, there could be quite a bit of match left, but
the way it's been wrestled so far, it certainly looks that way.
Right. Neither wrestler been called for stalling, so it's not like they're out there not doing. The refs are at least saying, hey, they're both trying in a game fashion. It's not 1-1 because neither are doing anything. Now Seth might want to get a little busy because there's been more leg attacks attempts, at least by Salazar, and sometimes that can weigh on a referee's mind, like, hey, this guy keeps bringing it. Obviously, the first warning isn't a point, but you get your second warning. You know, you don't want something like that to be decisive. And they're in an over-under. Looks like Another somewhat of a shadow shot from Salazar. And you wonder, those aren't really deep shots. You wonder if Salazar's just trying to look busy. Wrestlers do that sometimes just so they don't get hit, but it doesn't really look like he's really committed on those high crotches that he's going towards.
Well, with how tight things are expected to be this evening, this is certainly one that Minnesota wants. Seth Shumate holding his own right now as we approach the end of the third period.
You know, sometimes there's a plan to, in a match like this, to I'm gonna bring the kitchen sink on this final shot. To was that Salazar's right there? And can he? And Shumate's able to get a trip, but Salazar is able to cover on top. Neither were able to establish control, so we will go to, it's not called sudden death anymore, it's called sudden victory. Ed Aliverdi said we should stress the positive aspect of things, so in this first period, first one to score will win.
The crowd here at Covelli Center involved early on. Sudden victory, an exciting way to get started.
Here. Shumate with a nice fake shot to the right, and then good. Boy, he's really. Seth has really had some shots in which he's immediately tried to capitalize, whether it be with an inside trip or whether it be with an over-under type of throw. And thus far, Salazar has been able to fight those off. Still, a lot of collar ties, a lot of hand fighting in the middle here. But again, neither wrestler able to capitalize as of yet in terms of scoring beyond the escapes that both of them were able to earn. Down to a minute left. Little bit of a lock in the front. Not too much going on there. Sometimes that's just to block off and bide a little bit of time, catch your breath. Not saying that's what Salazar was doing, but that does happen. Hey, I'm safe. I've fought this leg attack off. Let me try to catch my breath here and take my chances in the next one. One shot attempt there.
Funny to watch Tom Ryan. He started this one at the end of the Ohio State bench. Now he's right up front.
Yeah. That's a little bit of Dan Gable coming out at him. Obviously, Coach Ryan wrestled for Gable, and nobody was more animated on the sides than is he able going to. That's awfully close. Can he suck that in and keep his feet in? And he gets the 3 points with, it looks like, a second remaining. And if that is the case, it looks like it is. Isaiah Salazar, and I think the right verb, Dylan, escapes out of here with the win.
No kidding, just in the nick of time. 1.8